course, the lawsuit over their song claiming copyright infringement was thrown out, and they could never bring it back. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Led Zeppelin re-released the song digitally. And when they did that, it opened the door again for this to start all over again, and that's what you're hearing about. Did Led Zeppelin steal from the band Spirit? And this is a 1968 song called Taurus. Do I have all that right, Andrew?
That is correct.
And here is the audio. Listen to this and see if you think, but there's more, because there's a 400-year-old song that clearly wouldn't be covered by any copyright laws. A 400-year-old song.
Not yet. That was my great uncle.
Okay, listen. This is Taurus Spirit. Here we go.
That's a stretch.
That's a little closer, actually.
It is closer. It is very close. There's an extra. Is there an extra? I'm going to say this wrong. Is there an extra
of the measures? It would be exact, right? The notes go in different places there, but in terms of measures, it's the same. And it's pretty close. That's pretty close.
It is. Can you send me? I can line those two up in Adobe, and we can play them at the same time if you'd like.
That would be interesting. I'll have Andrew give you everything.
Email me that.
That's where I'm getting stuff. Now, there's one more. They've gone back even further now and found that a 17th century song is
by
actually
Thomas Jefferson.
This might be where Led Zeppelin actually got it from. Led Zeppelin is being sued, of course, by the band Spirit for stealing the intro to Stairway to Heaven from their song Taurus, which was released in 1968. But there's a song from the 1600s that has the same intro, and it's much more similar to Stairway to Heaven, much more than Taurus. The song is by a composer named Giovanni Battista Granata, and the full title is Sonata di Chitarra e Violino con il suo basso continuo.
Oh my gosh, Tony Colon almost just drove off the road.
Yeah, I'm sorry about all that, but it is what it is. And that's I think that's probably Italian, and there's some Italian.
He's still.
Listen in here. Think I don't think that was as much as the Taurus song.
I can hear that song playing. One day I'll have two sons, two great grandsons, and they'll be in separate bands and separate times, and then they will have a lawsuit to determine which of my songs they stole.
Okay.
I could just imagine something long.
Moments of theater entering back into
well, if I had the music behind me, it would have been better, you know.
Here is, I think it would. Would you like me to add music to it?
We could try.
We'll do that after the show.
About 9:05.
Here's Conan O'Brien joking about the whole Stairway to Heaven issue.
Jury deliberations began today in the plagiarism case against Led Zeppelin for the song Stairway to Heaven. Yeah. Expect the deliberations to start quietly, get louder, and then go on way too long.
Can we at least thank the powers that be that this was actually music that was composed? Because being the parent of two teenage children, or one who's almost a teenager, I can say that a lot of what is listened to today does not necessarily
you copied my beat pattern
as music, right?
What is interesting, though, is how much music has changed and how much it really hasn't. Mm-hmm. And yes, there'll always be those fringe type, those new styles, and there's digital music and all this club music and all. There's always been stuff on the fringes, but when you come to the real base of music, it's all pretty much the same. And I mean, think about this, written 400 years ago. I mean, it shows you how little things really have changed at the end of the day. It's kind of interesting.
Well, and the sounds that are pleasing to us 400 years ago are still pleasing to us today. And we say this with a Proctor High
and
School
Andrew,
band
yes,
member
I did have your microphone off. I did not want to have to revisit that. Okay, just that was that. So
I didn't even try.
He was playing to his own audience.
Speaking of music, yesterday we were at for a press conference, and I know it was both on KTV and WTR last night. The instrument donation program that we put together. Actually, it was Steve Marin. You'll recall Steve Marin, formerly of WKTV, who now works with us here at Town Square Media, put this whole project together, and it was a real gift of music, Christine. And there were, 60 some odd instruments? Mm-hmm. They were completely refurbished at no charge for us and delivered to students who were in need. And they get to go on. Kids who can't afford the instruments. And then some of those Proctor students, including a future or current, we're not sure yet where you are yet, but out of yesterday came an internship. And the students picked up the instruments for the first time, just took them all over there, and they performed. It was really quite impressive.
It really, really
Yeah,
was. So
very
Samco
cool.
Music in Dolgeville rehabilitated those instruments out of the goodness and generosity of their own hearts. It was free of charge. We estimate that it was thousands of dollars worth of repairs that were done. So thanks to...
And when they're done, you take an instrument that had been sitting around and, who knows, rusting, and now plays incredible. And you saw how well those instruments play by the way the students performed with them yesterday. It was really impressive, really cool, and we want to thank everybody that gave. And we'll do this again next year. We did about 60 instruments this year. Let's get into the hundreds next year. And again, it benefits kids who now will be able to get involved with music that could not really afford it. Here's Christine with an update, 6:48. Good morning, Thursday morning.